Listen closely now, my child. A shift has just occurred in the unseen realm, and it concerns you. This very evening, yes, right now, a specific calling placed within you has been awakened. This moment didn't arrive by chance. I move things forward. This is not just another night. This is a time I arranged precisely for you. You felt that inner stirring, that sense of unease, that sudden pull. Because the purpose I kept unseen for years has now reached its moment. You are not here by accident. You aren't hearing these words by error. You hear them because my timeless plan is unfolding over your existence. This is what I intended, not a coincidence. I brought this moment about to stir you. The particular assignment I set for you, kept secret even from your own awareness, has been awaiting this very hour to begin. Your time of waiting is finished. The season of uncertainty has ended. I am summoning you to your position. I knew who you are fully long before you ever knew I was near. And now, at the appointed moment, the path I have prepared for you is becoming clear. And the way ahead for your unseen calling has been made accessible. You are not simply asked, you are being dispatched. You may feel you don't possess what's required, my beloved child, but I see your readiness to obey, not your capabilities. I don't look for those who are prepared. I prepare those I summon. You, my precious one, have been summoned to work within my design, guided by me. And from this point onward, your journey will be different. The situations surrounding you will shift. Difficulties might increase, but the might I provide you is far beyond any resistance. That is the source of your strength. It doesn't come from others' opinions, but from my commissioning of you. You have no need for others' acceptance when I have chosen you. And yes, the world around you might appear the same tomorrow, but you will be transformed, my child, because with this calling awakened, you no longer live a common existence. You are now a vessel I use, one who will bring about shifts aligned with my desire. Matters that bothered you previously will now recede. What once caused you fear will give way to the authority I have vested in you. In your presence, the spiritual atmosphere is altered. Do not undervalue what I have bestowed upon you, my child. Do not disregard the quiet certainty inside you that whispers of something greater. That inner certainty isn't fantasy or arrogance. You have been existing below the capacity I designed for you, but now circumstances are distinct. I have selected you to accomplish something new. The calling I appointed for you has been safeguarded through every difficulty. Every instance someone opposed you, I permitted it for a purpose. Why? Because the one who stands against me perceived something you did not. He saw what I had put inside you. Individuals attempted to hurt you with their speech, my child. Connections sought to shatter you. Structures aimed to restrain you. This was not due to who you were at that time, but because of what resided within you. Your identity was recognized in the dark realms long before you ever communicated with me, yet you endured. Why? Because my favor preserved you until I could unveil this calling to you. This instant isn't merely a signal, it is a deliberate movement, and you don't need everyone to comprehend this. What is occurring with you isn't meant for everyone to witness. It is a piece of my expanding design. Your spirit has been set apart for a season of challenge, of awakening, of pushing past limits. This isn't simply words of comfort. It is a summons to move. You have been enrolled. The normal path of your existence has been changed. I am bringing forward those I have distinguished, my cherished one, and your identity is within that group. Release any hesitation when confronted with this reality. I make no mistakes. I provide strength for a specific cause. I summon you and equip you. I proceed with intention. The aspect of you that has been dormant is on the verge of stirring with might. Arise now, my beloved. You are no longer hidden. My word has gone forth. Your calling is engaged. You have consistently been observed. Your identity has been uttered in places not seen. Your existence was never secret, not from the powers of darkness. You were distinguished, not at your birth, but the instant you came into being. I set my sign upon you, and the darkness paid attention. There is no minor assignment from me. Even if you sought to disappear into the crowd, you would be unable. You bear something originating from forever, something that attracts the invisible realm. This is the reason your life has felt as though you were singled out, my child. Why you encountered resistance without apparent cause. Why you were assailed before you even committed to any position. It is because the one who contends with me perceived it. He always discerns the potential before it is evident. You did not pursue this, yet it was assigned to you. You were distinguished in realms beyond your sight by forces unknown to you. Still, something inside you persevered. You could have surrendered. You could have turned aside, but you did not, my child, because your innermost being recalled what your conscious thought had not yet understood. There is further truth. From your very start, you were observed. Even when you felt most shattered, a holy guard was upon your spirit. Not a single moment of falling apart went unnoticed. Not one instance you were rejected when unmarked. I have been chronicling the account of your life, my child, not to point out flaws, but as evidence of your resilience. I do not overlook those who persevere. I respect them. The signs you bear are how I reveal who you genuinely are. There is a purpose why the darkness continued to monitor your progress. Each time you sought restoration, something dark attempted to wound you anew. Each time you discovered hope, something aimed to remove it. That wasn't coincidence. That was the invisible realm watching you. The domain of darkness remained around you, not due to your state at that time, but because of your intended destination. Your mere presence disrupts the intentions of darkness. Some of your earliest recollections contain the traces of battles you did not comprehend at that point. My precious child, you may have thought those difficult times were just the usual pains of growing up. Random hard luck or simply people being unkind. But in the unseen realm, you had already been noticed. The one who stands against me acts quickly when he senses my purpose on a life. He tries to hinder the future I intend for you before it can even begin to unfold. That suffering in your past was not a penalty. It was an early challenge. Yet here is the wonder. I never stopped watching over you, my child, not even when you doubted your own worth. I never took my gaze from you, not for a single instant. I knew the hardship would not break you. It would strengthen you. The same eyes that saw you hurting also see you rising. The same presence that was with you in your pain is now guiding you toward the work I have for you. This is the truth of your life, my beloved child. You were never truly on your own. Not in the deepest darkness, not in the lowest place. I was observing your path, directing your steps, allowing only what would build your future strength. You think your periods of waiting were just delays, my child, but they were part of my design. The doors that did not open were kept closed to ensure your safety. The connections that fell away were removed to protect the work I have planned for you. My cherished child, consider the journey you have traveled. None of the difficult moments, the unexpected turns, or the opportunities that did not appear were without reason. Each challenge shaped you. Each disappointment guided your steps toward deeper understanding. Know this, the attention upon you from the divine realm is more than just protection. It is recognition of your unique standing. You can no longer see yourself as simply one person among many. You are not, and you never have been. That feeling of being different, which you have always carried now, has a clear explanation. It is not strangeness. It is a sign of being chosen, set apart for a specific task. The intensity of the opposition you have faced is proof of the significant purpose I have placed upon your life. No one tries to take from a place that holds nothing. No one attacks a dwelling that is empty. The force of the resistance you experience is always in proportion to the importance of the calling you carry. And you, my beloved, have carried this weight for a long time without fully grasping its meaning. But now understanding is unfolding. You are observed because you represent a challenge to the forces that oppose me. When my gaze is upon you, it is to direct and keep you safe. When the forces of opposition watch, it is to undermine and cause fear. You have been subject to both forms of attention. However, the balance is shifting. Once you fully understand who you are, and the hidden work assigned to you begins to show itself, this scrutiny will no longer intimidate. It will instead empower you because you will understand its source. Do not dismiss the powerful dreams you had or the moments of pressure that felt overwhelming during that time in your life. These were signs of your unique function beginning to stir. When you sensed a spiritual presence watching you, it was likely real. But now your awareness is aligning with the task I have appointed for you. What once felt like spiritual interference is now becoming clear guidance from me. You may not have understood the significance you carried, my child, but others often did. This is why some people reacted to you in unexpected ways. This is why you never quite fit in. This is why even those who cared for you sometimes found you difficult to understand. You carried within you something they could not recognize, and it caused them discomfort. However, that feeling of unease wasn't caused by anything you did wrong. It was their spirit sensing something it could not name. For years, you felt you were too intense, too sensitive, too unlike others. But tonight, that misunderstanding fades. Your spirit was sensing a deeper reality before your understanding could make sense of it. And now everything is falling into place. This is a time of understanding. My gaze is not only upon you, my presence is also within you. You are being seen, not just as you are now, but as the person I have always known you to be. You have been watched with purpose, and now you will move with confidence. You have always known deep inside that you were different. You never easily followed the usual path, never felt comfortable where others seemed content. Even with people around, you felt like something was missing. But what you didn't realize, my beloved child, is this. Your distinctiveness was not a problem. It was the core of how I shaped you. The unease wasn't pushing you away. It was guiding you. The feeling of not belonging wasn't a punishment. It was confirmation. You were not made to disappear into the background. You were made to stand out. That quiet longing in your soul wasn't just being alone. It was my calling whispering, "There is more for you." You thought you were adrift when in truth I was keeping you safe, and now things are becoming clear. I wasn't just keeping you from certain people. I was keeping you from patterns that would lessen your clarity, cycles that would hide your gift. I surrounded you with periods of being alone to protect the purpose I placed on your life. You weren't being held back. You were being kept safe. This is why certain chances didn't happen. This is why you were left out, passed over, overlooked even when you gave your best effort. But you were not unseen. You were deliberately set apart, because when the right time came, I wanted you to emerge pure and ready. I wanted you prepared and dedicated. When I set someone apart, my precious one, I don't always explain everything as it happens. I simply begin the process of refining, separating, and stretching. And yes, it can be difficult. You cried through times when you didn't even know why you were hurting. You just knew something deep was changing. There was a deep inner reality you couldn't disregard. Something holy others couldn't easily grasp. People didn't understand you because the work I give is not easily grasped by minds focused only on what can be seen. You don't need to explain your purpose to anyone. Your main focus is listening to and following me. I made you so your spirit would not let you settle for an ordinary life, no matter how much your thoughts tried to find an easier way. That is why certain jobs felt empty, why some connections left you tired, why a typical life felt restless. Because you were not born for what is common. You were born to bring about sacred change. You carry a spiritual fire that makes just getting by feel wrong. There is something within you that reveals what isn't genuine. My child, this makes you difficult for places where people prefer to blend in rather than grow spiritually. You felt out of place for as long as you can remember. You tried hard to fit in, to look content, even when you felt pain. But deep inside, you always knew. I'm not like everyone else. You weren't just thinking this. You were seeing it clearly. I didn't pick you because you seemed strongest on the outside. I picked you because you had a willing spirit. I saw that you could endure hardships that others couldn't face. I placed you in lonely spaces. I allowed you quiet times. I let you experience uncertainty. And now I am placing a clear understanding within your care. Being different is a special path I have set for you. The times you were alone were needed. The moments you felt pushed away were part of my design. What seemed like delays were protection you didn't see. While you felt sadness for those who left, I saw the wisdom in their not staying. Not everyone is built to handle the strength of the path I have for you. Not everyone can stand near the brightness that comes from you. Some would have tried to make it smaller. Others would have tried to use it for themselves. But now you understand. The ones who are truly for you will see your brightness. Those meant to walk with you will connect with your inner self. You are not by yourself. You are simply seeing things sooner, living differently than others expect, stepping beyond what feels easy. You are not meant to copy the world you see. You are meant to show who I am. This is why others don't understand your life. It's not supposed to make sense to them. It only makes sense in the unseen reality. The time when you felt unsure is ending. The time when you will see clearly is starting. You weren't set apart by chance. It was for a holy reason. I was creating something inside you that couldn't be seen while it was being made. It needed stillness, quiet, away from everyone watching. And now what was built in secret is about to be seen openly as your purpose. You were never unfit. You were simply being made ready. There is something you have held on to for a long time, my precious child. Something you tried to ignore, push down, or explain away. a special ability, a deep inner warmth, a sacred way of sensing things. But this ability never left. It just rested quietly. It settled into the deepest core of who you are, waiting for the time your inner self was ready to carry it again. That time is here. This ability was always true, my child. Even when people made fun of it, even when you didn't grasp it, my beloved child, even when you questioned it yourself, it never went away. Amen.